cars driving around you?
Oh, yes, I did.
Thank you for your time. Tell you, at Cupcake Time.
Okay, I'll try.
Young man.
Hi, how are you?
It goes, ping pongs. They all know. So you start.
All I gotta do is start.
All you gotta do
I
is
did
start.
last week.
Just kick me.
Twice. Whenever it was.
What are you in trouble for?
I like when someone says no to something.
Oh. Hey, Joe, did you know Chicago
we ready to go?
the Republican Township?
Why?
Good evening, everyone.
Somebody by the name of Ellen?
There we go. I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Liquor Control Commission for Monday, April 16th. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All set.
I am ready.
Attendance, please.
Okay. Commissioner Vito,
Here.
Commissioner Lang,
Here.
Commissioner Vogel,
Here.
Commissioner Papantos,
Present.
Commissioner Kruger,
Present.
Commissioner Brady informed the board he would not be here this evening, and Chairperson Horker.
Here. Citizens' concerns and comments. Clerk Simpson.
And we need approval of no minute. Oh, there is none.
There are no minutes.
I'm sorry. There are none.
New business. Annual review. Clerk Simpson, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Annual renew of liquor license 2018 to 2019.
Mr. Spondilis.
Thank you. As the title indicates, this is the annual renewal of all of the villages, all the businesses within our community's liquor licenses. You will note that item B tonight separates out St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church because of a couple of abstentions that need to happen because of involvement from elected officials. Other than that, I am happy to answer any questions or ask for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Lang, second, Commissioner Vogel. This is for item A. Roll call, Clerk Simpson.
Commissioner Vito,
Yes.
Commissioner Lang,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Papantos,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Chairperson Horker.
Yes. Item B.
A renewal of liquor license for St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church 2018-2019.
Just ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Motion, Commissioner Papantos, second, Commissioner Kruger. Did you have a question?
No, I was going to.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Vito,
Yes.
Commissioner Lang,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel,
Abstain.
Commissioner Papantos,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Chairperson Horker.
Yes. That's all the business for the Liquor Control Commission.
Motion to adjourn.
Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion, Commissioner Vogel, second.
Second.
Commissioner Lang, all in favor?
Aye.
I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Village Board for April 16th, 2018. Roll call, Clerk Simpson.
1 second.
Sure.
Okay. Trustee Vito,
Here.
Trustee Lang,
Here.
Trustee Vogel,
Here.
Trustee Papantos,
Present.
Trustee Kruger,
Present.
President Horker.
Here. You have before you the minutes of the regular meeting from March 19th, 2018. I need a motion to approve them.
So moved. Second.
Motion, Trustee Kruger, second, Trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Vito,
Yes.
Trustee Lang,
Yes.
Trustee Vogel,
Yes.
Trustee Papantos,
Yes.
Trustee Kruger,
Yes.
President Horker.
Yes. Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are none.
Thank you, Mr. Spondilis. Proclamations. Clerk Simpson.
Arbor Day, April 27, 2018. In 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. This day, the last Friday in April, referred to as Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. Trees can reduce erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, reduce heating and cooling costs, moderate the ambient temperatures, limit carbon dioxide, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. Trees are a renewable resource used in countless paper and wood products, providing wood for our homes and fuel for our fires. Trees in our cities increase property value, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. Trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Patrick Horker, President of the Village of Wheeling, does hereby proclaim April 27, 2018 as Arbor Day and urges all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to plant, maintain, and protect our trees and woodlands.
Thank you, Clerk Simpson.
National Volunteer Week is April 15th through the 21st, 2018. The Village of Wheeling is proud of the volunteers who not only serve the community with pride and commitment, but also help to make sure that the community is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. The entire community can inspire, equip, and mobilize people to take action that changes the world. Volunteers can connect with local community service opportunities through hundreds of community service organizations. Individuals and communities are at the center of social change, discovering their power to make a difference. During this week, all over the nation, service projects will be performed and volunteers recognized for their commitment to service. The giving of oneself in service to another empowers both the giver and the recipient. Experience teaches us that government by itself cannot solve all of our nation's social problems. Our country's volunteer force of over 63 million is a great treasure. Volunteers are vital to our future as a caring and productive community and nation. Therefore, Patrick Horcher, President of the Village of Wheeling, does hereby proclaim April 15th through the 21st, 2018 as National Volunteer Week in Wheeling and urges fellow citizens to volunteer in their respective communities, since by volunteering and recognizing those who serve, we can come together to make a difference.
Thank you, Clerk Simpson. We'd like to take this moment to read the names of the people who volunteer to help the community in everyday life here. I'll begin. I'd like to recognize Judy Abrascato, the Wheeling Pavilion Senior Citizens, the Police Academy Alumni Association, Valerie Abrascato on the Board of Health, Sue Allen, Senior Center, Janine Annis, Senior Center, Cynthia Aragoni, Citizens Patrol, Michelle Baker, the CARE, Nicole Baker, CARE, Ellen Barnes, Citizens Patrol, Lee Becker, Lunch at the Pavilion, Kathy Belwar, CARE, Steve Burlick, Citizens Patrol, Linda Birnbaum, Board of Health, Tatiana Blinova, Plan Commission, Cynthia Botello, Citizens Patrol, Linda Brassett, CARE, Citizens Police Alumni Association, Frank Brassett, CARE, Carrie Ira Brown. Did I kill that? Ira. Sorry. I was close. CARE and the Citizens Patrol. Emily Chan, Senior Center. Marty Chapman, Citizens Patrol.
Marie Carlson, Senior Center. Danini Coronius Shannon, Board of Health. Michael Crawley, Citizens Patrol. Renee Dicker, Senior Center. Jeff Creech, Plan Commission. Marina Doherty, Lunch at the Pavilion. Pam Dorband, Plan Commission. Elder Egley, Lunch at the Pavilion. Flo Feener, Senior Center. Merle Feldman, CARE. Sheldon Fogel, Lunch at Pavilion. Barbara Forkey, Senior Center. Steve Freed, Board of Health. Kevin Free, Lunch at the Pavilion. Barbara Gerber, CARE. David Gersetter, Citizens Patrol. Vivian Gersetter, Citizens Patrol. Betty Gambani, Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. And I'll apologize now, Chislawa Gorka, Lunch at the Pavilion. and Ron Grandstrom, Citizens Patrol.
David Greenberg with CARE, Sherry Greenberg with CARE, Howard Grubman, Lunch at Pavilion, Kathleen Gulyas, Wheeling Pavilions, Senior Center, Eileen Halleck, Wheeling Pavilion Foundation, Harley Halleck, Wheeling Pavilion Foundation, Marilyn Hams, Senior Center and Lunch at Pavilion, Pat Hawkins, Senior Commission, Al Hemd, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, Carmen Herrera, Lunch at Pavilion, Marcos Herrera, Lunch at Pavilion, Estelle Heber, CARE, Pat Horace, Senior Center, Elder Hunt, Lunch at Pavilion, Don Johnson, Citizens Patrol and a Plan Commissioner, Joan Johnson, Senior Center, Gilder Juarez, Citizens Patrol, Joe Kalis, Plan Commission, Darlene Kaplan, Senior Center and Lunch at Pavilion.
Marshall Kaplan, Senior Center, Senior Commission, Lunch at Pavilion. Dolores Kelly, Senior Center. Yan Kim, Senior Center. Sandy Kipps, Senior Center. Michael Cohen, Senior Commission, Citizens Patrol. John Kolsak, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Kenneth Kramer, Citizens Patrol. Barbara LaHaye, Citizens Patrol. Carol Lancelotti, Citizens Patrol, Citizens Police Academy, Alumni Association. Young Lee, CARE. Ann Lee, CARE. Anita Lowenstein, Lunch at Pavilion. Leslie Lorenz, Senior Center. Gerald Malin, Senior Commission. Ralph Mansfield, Citizens Patrol. Marianne Marabella, CARE, Wheeling Pavilion Foundation, Senior Center. Clifford Mazer, Citizens Patrol. Chuck Mason, Citizens Patrol. Faye Mason, Citizens Patrol. And Gail Mayo, Senior Center.
Pat Mazarka, CARE. Deidre McCoy, CARE. Desmond McDonald, Citizens Patrol. Stephen Meyer, Senior Center. Pat Miller, Senior Commission and SHIP. Sharon Moeller, Senior Center. Mike Moran, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Diane Musiani, Citizens Patrol. George Musiani, Citizens Patrol. Linda Mueller, Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. Michael Murphy, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Sharon Murray, Senior Center. Marilyn Naples, Senior Center. Tony Netnin, Senior Center. Cynthia Pace, Lunch at Pavilion. Al Palicki, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Mary Papantos, Wheeling Pavilion Foundation. Mary Perini, Citizens Patrol. And Christine Petit, Lunch at Pavilion.
Kathy Pico, Senior Commission, Senior Center. Jackie Portnoy, Senior Commission, Senior Center. Steve Powers, Citizen Patrol and Plan Commission. Joni Pervin, Senior Commission, Lunch at Pavilion, Senior Center. Joe Ravenna, Citizens Patrol. Rob Reisman, Citizens Patrol. Arlene Richmond, Citizens Patrol. John Richmond, CARE and Citizens Patrol. Pat Rizzo, CARE. Rosa Rosenberg, Lunch at Pavilion. Steve Rosengard, Senior Center. Alicia Ross Rudolph, Senior Center. Ronald Rudolph, Lunch at Pavilion. Jim, the Chairman Rafato, Plan Commission. Ernestina Salgado, Lunch at Pavilion. Griselda Sanchez, Citizens Patrol. Vilma Sanchez, Lunch at Pavilion. Bruce Sembach, Senior Center. Bobby Sfondilis, Senior Center. And Elaine Simpson, Wheeling Pavilion Foundation.
Lee Solomon, Senior Center. Paul Smith, Citizens Patrol. Cindy Spajada Mays, CARE, Citizens Patrol. Bobby Spiegel, Lunch at Pavilion. Marilyn Stark, Senior Center. Terry Stylen, Citizens Patrol. Sue Stein, Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. Carolyn Targan, Lunch at Pavilion. Magdalia Velasquez, Senior Center. Roberta Volride, CARE, Senior Commission, Senior Center. Jack Volride, CARE. Fred Vasecki III, Citizens Patrol. Sandra Wachek, Lunch at Pavilion, Corrine Weber, Senior Commission, Senior Center, Ruth Weiser, Senior Center, Bill Wilson, Citizen Patrol, Marie Woodruff, Citizens Patrol, Erica Young, Lunch at Pavilion, Carol Zabreski, Senior Center, Kim Zollner, Senior Center, Ludmila Zub, Senior Center.
Thank you. As you've heard, it takes much more than the elected officials and staff to make this the great community that it is. So thank you all very much. Before we adjourn for, it's not cake and coffee, it's some sandwiches and cupcakes, but I did want to acknowledge a couple of things. One, we do have an additional commission that was not recognized tonight, and that is the Airport Commission. That is not a voluntary position, but I think it's important to recognize Directors Ray Lang, David Kolsak, and Neil Katz. And you may notice that some of our seniors are not in the room this evening. That's because they have their own celebration, a dinner at the Park District happening in their honor. So we obviously read their names in order to recognize them publicly. They are receiving their certificates at the Park District this evening. Director Huisar is there, and she'll be handling that. And for those of you that are still in the audience here, your certificates are just outside below the wall of presidents. So with that, I would ask for a motion for refreshments so that we can all partake in a cupcake and a hearty thank you.
About 10 minutes?
Whatever you'd like.
So moved.
So I would actually be looking for a motion to recess to have a little
So moved.
sandwiches. 10 minutes. Motion, Trustee Kruger, second.
Can we have some applause first?
Yes. Thank you, Trustee Lang. Would you second that now?
Yeah, I'll second that. More applause first.
No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Recessed for 10 minutes. That's okay, we're all on the clock, too. That's fine.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to business. I would like a motion to return to reconvene.
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Vogel, second trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Here.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Citizens' concerns and comments. Just as a reminder, this is a time for citizens to make comments and express concerns for the board to listen. Neither the board nor staff is under any obligation to answer. Clerk Simpson.
Members of the public may address the board with comments regarding only those items that are relevant to village business. No citizens shall speak for more than 5 minutes without consent of the board. Members of the general public who wish to address the board must sign the request to speak form prior to the commencement of the public meeting. Ms. Wilson?
My heart is very heavy today because of a email update I got from the Illinois Appellate Court on a decision that involved Wheeling. The people of the state of Illinois versus Jesus Sanchez. Commander, the recently promoted Michael C. Conway, was the arresting officer in this case. A jury found Sanchez guilty of murder committed in 2013 when Sanchez was only 18 years old. I'm reading directly from the appellate court ruling. This was published by presiding Justice Neville. He delivered the judgment of the court with the opinion. Justices Paczynski and Mason concurred with the judgment and the opinion. This young man was 18 years old when he was taken into custody. The justices in the Illinois Supreme Court determined that Sanchez, they agree with Sanchez. He contends that the evidence does not prove that he committed the offense and that the trial court should have suppressed the statements he made. We hold that the evidence shows that he did not voluntarily make the statements the prosecution relied on for the conviction, and therefore the trial court should have suppressed them. Even with the statements and evidence, the prosecution did not present sufficient evidence to produce Sanchez guilty. All of the physical evidence and eyewitness testimony showed that the shots came from a different place and a different time than the shooting described in Sanchez's confession, one that I will say was coerced. And no physical evidence or eyewitness testimony connected Sanchez to the shooting. Accordingly, this court reverses the conviction. This young man is now 23 years old. He was not permitted a phone call. His mother had just had surgery the day before. And he was begging the officers, please let me call my mom, she'll be worried about me. 18 years old, he's 23. He's not getting those 5 years back. There's no party with this appeal. 5 years of his life are gone. Are you bored, Trustee Kruger?
I'm listening to
You have a son. You have a son. If you just had surgery, he's begging these cops to let me call my mom. She'll be worried about me. This shooting happened at 8 p.m. They kept him overnight. The justices spent a great deal of time going through the videotaped interviews with this young man. It's heartbreaking. They felt it was very important to memorialize that in their decision. At the very end, it says conclusion. No witness saw Sanchez with a gun. No witness saw Sanchez near the spot from which the fatal shot came. The prosecution showed no connection between Sanchez and the single bullet found at the scene. Police found no trace of antimony, barium, or lead on Sanchez's hands and clothes, which I guess is what they call gunshot residue. The prosecutor did not present a plausible account of Sanchez's actions around the time of the shooting, and police admitted that Sanchez and the persons with him shortly before the shooting gave a plausible, consistent, exonerating account of Sanchez's conduct. We hold that the prosecution did not present sufficient evidence to sustain the conviction, but here the record leads to a further conclusion. The evidence convincingly shows that Sanchez did not murder Orozco. Accordingly, we reverse the judgment of the trial court, and those cops, if you read this case, if you read this appellate court decision, they had no interest in finding out Orozco's real killer. There are two victims here. This poor young man who spent 5 years in prison that he will never get back. And Orozco's family, because they stopped looking for the killer. They spent the entire time coercing a false confession out of this young man instead of looking for the real killer. They didn't read him his Miranda rights until well after the questioning had started.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Anyone else?
Nope.
We have
I
staff.
want Conway terminated. He was the arresting officer.
Wilson,
he was
you're
the
done.
sergeant. He needs to go.
Go, so do you. Sit down.
You think that's funny? I don't think it's funny. You got a son? You got a son?
Miss
5 years in
Wilson.
prison?
We have staff reports. Mr. Janik, please.
Thank you. Just want to remind you again that there's an electronics and document destruction collection event at Public Works. This is on May 5th between 9 o'clock and 12 p.m. Rain or shine. We'll be using the building and the outside of the building for collection of documents. Last time there was a question about how many boxes. This information is on the website. It's also in the newsletter. But there's a maximum of 6 boxes, 6 banker boxes for document shredding. That's allowed. Other than that, there's a list of electronic items you can bring for recycling. I also want to bring to your attention that on April 24th at the Walt Whitman School at 10:30 a.m., there's going to be a celebration of Arbor Day and Earth Day with the kids at Whitman.
Thank you. Consent agenda, Clerk Simpson.
Consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 11A, resolution accepting a proposal from Hager Engineering LLC for additional engineering design services for the Milwaukee Avenue sidewalk improvement in an amount not to exceed $8,750. 11B, resolution approving the purchase of 2 Quest data backup appliances from Alliance Technology Group in the amount of $24,447.02. 11C, resolution authorizing acceptance of the State of Illinois previously bid contract with CDW Government LLC for a 1-year renewal of Microsoft Office 365 software licenses in the amount of $32,045.75. 11D, resolution authorizing the village manager to waive a portion of the 2018-2019 video gaming terminal fees for Philip Carpenter Post 66 Amvets Building Corporation, a not-for-profit entity. 11E, ordinance reserving volume cap in connection with private activity, bond issues, and related matters.
Questions from the board? Comments?
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Lang.
Second.
Second, Trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, I forgot you.
that's okay. I'm still in.
Okay.
Old business, we have none. New business.
13A. Listen. Okay, 13A, resolution authorizing the village manager to execute a contract with Sheridan Plumbing for storm sewer pipe inlet and roadway work relative to the Bridge Court, East Wayne Place intersection at a cost of $77,091.
Mr. Janik, what do we have?
Thank you. Got a slide for a few of these different projects that are coming up. This is a contract, as it says, with Sheridan Plumbing. This is a publicly bid contract. Public Works is proposing some improvements at the intersection of Bridget and East Wayne intersection. This intersection has had issues with localized flooding for many years. The flooding has gotten, or the flooding has been reduced substantially over the past few years, but there's still work that needs to be done here. If you look at the slide that I'm providing you, you can see in a simple way what the improvements are. Right now, there's storm sewer pipes that are running through the intersection that are 10 inches. Most of the pipe is 10 inches in diameter, and the grates are not very efficient. Two of the grates are flat. They're flat grates, which means that the leaves and sticks it's easier for that to pile up on top of the grate and block the water. So we're going to take out 3 of the grates, install 4 grates, increase the size of the pipe from 10 inches to 12 inches, and then replace some of it with 18-inch pipe, and then add 2 new structures. There's one existing structure in the driveway. We're going to take that out and put a new one in, and then put another one in the curb. All of this is hoping that the water will flow quicker into the system and then out of the subdivision. Contract is for $77,000. Our proposal is to use stormwater utility fee funds for this project.
Questions from the board? Trustee Papantos?
About how long will the project take?
We're hoping it's going to take less than a month.
Great. And what inconvenience to residents?
Well, we're going to tear up the intersection. We're going to repave the intersection afterwards. It won't be closed. The resident with the driveway, we're going to have to tear out his driveway, put the new structure in. He'll probably have his driveway for, I'm hoping, the most 2 days at a time. Put the structure in, then we have to re-pour the driveway itself.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Trustee Lang?
Yeah, I agree. Long overdue on this project. I'm glad we're working on this finally. It'll make a lot of people happy in that area. We can reasonably expect this to solve the problem, you're saying?
I can't tell you it's going to solve the problem. Obviously, the issue in Dunhurst is that there is absolutely no detention in the entire subdivision. So we have worked at cleaning the pipes, getting all the sediment out of the catch basins. Projects like this, what it does is that we put in a 66-inch pipe approximately 400 feet south of this intersection. A new pipe. We replaced the galvanized steel pipe that was collapsed. That has really improved the water flow out of here. This intersection is one of the last intersections that really does get hit. Typically, you can still drive through it, but we're just hoping that the increased size of the piping and these 2 new structures will help the water leave the intersection. Typically, what happens is that these grates get clogged up, and we'll go out there, and within 20 minutes of us cleaning the grates off, the water's gone. So I know that there's capacity to get the water out of here. Water just needs to get into these grates and into the system.
Good. Look forward to it finishing up.
So do we.
Any other comments from the board? Questions? If there are none.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion trustee Vogel, second trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Item B.
11B, a resolution accepting a contract with Builders Asphalt LLC for the 2018 motor fuel tax street improvement program in the amount of $1,140,140. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Mr. Janik.
Yes. This is our annual roadway improvement project that we bid out. We used MFT funds, which is motor fuel tax funds. We also used CIP general fund money for this to add and do more roadway. Currently, we have $1.5 million for 2018. The low bid was $1.14 million. Most of this roadway that's going to be done on this part of this project is in the industrial area, south of Hinch Road, Marquardt, Mesner, and Larkin Drives. And then we're going to move over to Tahoe and do, I think it's, right now we've got like 10 different streets and cul-de-sacs or drives that we have chosen for this money. Now, we will have another $300,000. We're expecting to have a phase 2, but we don't know what roads those are going to be until we find out exactly how well we can spend the money on this first part of the project. So that's what this is.
Questions from the board? If there are none, I would be looking for a motion to approve.
So move.
Motion, trustee Lang.
Second.
Second, trustee Kruger. Roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
Item C, resolution accepting a proposal from Ciorba Group for engineering services involving a storm sewer pump station for South Wheeling Road in an amount not to exceed $65,664.30.
Mr. Janik.
Okay, this is a little more complicated. Previously, the board approved design contract with Ciorba to install a large storm sewer pipe to relieve localized flooding on South Wheeling Road. That pipe was designed and is being permitted to go through the Reynolds Corporation property on the west side of Wheeling Road. Now, we were going to start construction of that, but we have decided to request monies for a different design that might help that pipe more than the original design of the pipe. Our proposal is to install a pump station at Echo Lake, and we propose to pump Echo Lake down before and during serious rain events to help the pipe on Wheeling Road, but also to help the flow of stormwater from the south to the north. Ridgefield ponds are used, I shouldn't say used, but they do transfer water from the south part of Wheeling north to the Cook County sewer. I've got a couple of slides here to kind of show you the overall. This overall slide shows from south to north how the water flows from, say, the equestrian area through the Ridgefield ponds. Ridgefield the north pond has a pipe that goes into Echo Lake, and then Echo Lake drains into the Cook County sewer. The pump station would be located just north of Hinch Road, right near our water tower, right near the fire station there, Fire Station 23, and that would pump the water similar to what we do at Heritage Lake. Currently, we have a pump station at Heritage Lake. We pump Heritage Lake down. That water flows through a pipe over to Buffalo Creek. This is the same idea. We would pump Echo Lake down when there's a serious rain event in the forecast or during a storm, and that will help provide volume in Echo Lake for water that flows from Ridgefield north, and then it will help lower the lake so that the pipe on Wheeling Road, more water is allowed to flow through that pipe. This design contract is $65,000. Before we went to design for documentation, I'd bring it back to the board and let you know what we found out and how much the project was going to cost. Just as a comparison, the pump station we just located that we installed over at Jackson Drive was approximately $385,000. This would be a heavier duty pump station. I suspect it will probably cost around $500,000. But to us, Public Works, this is well worth it. This is more of It's local for South Wheeling Road, but also is providing some storage for the water that's flowing from the south as well.
Thank you, Mr. Janik. Trustee Kruger, Trustee Papp, you're next.
Thank you, Mr. President. Director Janik, first of all, great idea. Just another example of what the stormwater management fee is for. Previous engineering showed that there was a check valve, for a $50,000 check valve, that we will no longer need for this project. So I just want to make sure that the $50,000 will then be reallocated within the project.
Yeah, the check valve was located in the pipe, the 66-inch pipe, so that water would not back up into the pipe when Echo Lake got high. That's one reason why we are proposing to do this, is that if we lower Echo, we won't need that check valve. The water won't back up, and the valve won't have to close. But yes, we won't be putting that check valve in, and we'll be putting that money toward money that's needed for the pump station and the new storm sewer pipe.
Fair enough. Nice work.
Thank you, Trustee Kruger. Trustee Papantos?
Thank you. When we lower Echo Lake, where does the water flow to?
The water is going to flow to directly east to a storm sewer that's in Wheeling Road, and that storm sewer is going to flow south to the Cook County sewer that runs in Hintz Road and heads east to the Buffalo Creek, actually to the diversionary channel.
Where does it hit the diversionary channel?
Right at the corner of Wolf and Hintz Road.
And will that influx of water cause any problems there?
It shouldn't. I mean, it's going there already. Don't forget that Echo actually already drains into the Cook County sewer. There's an inflow pipe from Echo. This is just allowing us to not use that particular pipe and go to our sewer first and then to the Cook County sewer.
Right. I think we've seen two great examples of what the stormwater management fee is to be used for. Thank you for using it the way it was intended. Thank you.
Do you have something, Trustee
Yeah,
Lang?
quickly. Mark, is there any way to extend the Echo Lake at all to get more capacity? Is there, I don't know how deep it is.
Echo, we're going to be doing a survey of the lake. I believe it's about 12 feet deep. It's not our lake. This lake is owned by Reynolds. It's another situation that we had to, not had to, we wanted to, but Reynolds is allowing us to use the lake for this purpose. They already allowed us to put the storm sewer pipe on their property. But I don't see dredging Echo as a possibility. I think that would get into a permit process that we really don't want to get into.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Lang. Any other comments or questions? If not, I would be looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Trustee Papantos, second, Trustee Kruger. Roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
Item D, resolution accepting a public bid proposal from H. Linden and Sons Sewer and Water Incorporated for construction associated with the 72-inch Dundee Road Storm Sewer extension in the amount of $604,014.
Mr. Janik.
Thank you. This project is the last, it's the construction that involves the last sections of pipe that extend from Heritage Lake north to the north side Dundee Road. The pipe is ostensibly for use by developers of the detention volume that's in Heritage Lake. We had 10 acre feet as part of an agreement back in 1993, I believe, with MWRD and the Park District. And we slowly give out that detention volume along with compensatory storage volume to developers when they need it when they're doing development. This is about 150 feet long. The pipe has extended to within about 80 feet of the right-of-way of the south side Dundee Road. We need to bore under Dundee Road to put this pipe in, and then on the north side of Dundee is going to be a vault where different developers can extend their pipes to it, and then the water will drain south to Heritage Lake.
Questions from the board? None to my left, none to my right. Be looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lang, second trustee Vogel, roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Official communications. Clerk Simpson.
I know I have an announcement to make that former President Judy Abrascato is in rehab at Lexington on Hintz Road in room 111. And I know she would love to get visits or phone calls if you'd like to give her a call or go out there and visit her. Okay? And also the Knights of Columbus on Sunday, April 22nd, is going to have an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast, pancake sausage, scrambled eggs, juice, coffee, and the sweet table from 8 a.m. until noon at St. Joe's Social Hall, sponsored by the Knights of the Columbus for the benefit of the Hem family. Patty Hem has been courageously battling leukemia for the past year and has been in and out of isolation. We are hoping that the community will recognize her and her husband Al's many contributions to the Village of Wheeling and support this worthwhile cause. Patty is a past member of the Wheeling Health Commission and a longtime past Scout leader. Al is a member of the Police and Fire Commission and was also a longtime Scout leader. Both were also active participants in and supporters of various activities at their children's Wheeling schools. So please join the Knights and everybody else on Sunday the 22nd for a great breakfast and help us help the Hems.
Thank you, Clerk Simpson. Anything else? Trustee Vito, then trustee Papantos.
The Wheeling Prospect Heights Chamber is having a after-hours, business after-hours at Siri on Thursday at 5, maybe 5:30, something like that. I can double-check the time, but if you get there at 5, I'm sure you won't get kicked out. If you haven't been there, it's an Indian restaurant where Decca was, where the pizza place was before that. They've been there for a little while now, and that place kind of has struggled to take off, but I think Siri's doing it right, and if everyone can come out and support them and keep them in the community, hopefully we can keep them here and keep them active, and look forward to seeing everybody out there. Thanks.
Thank you, trustee Vito. Trustee Papantos, trustee Lang, you're next.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank all the volunteers once again and recognize one of our staff members who I think has a birthday today, Director Mondeshane. So happy birthday. I'm sure it's number 29, right?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Trustee Lang.
I also wanted to give out best wishes and get well soon to Judy Abrascato and also our own Ken Brady, too, who's been out. Ken, come back soon. We miss you here. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Lang. Trustee Krueger.
Thank you. Not only is the recycling event on May 5th, but the Relay for Life, I think they're calling it now for the North Central Cook County, which includes Wheeling and Mount Prospect, will also be on Saturday, May 5th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. This year it is at Prospect High School at 801 West Kensington Road, Mount Prospect, Illinois. Get well soon, Judy and Ken, and happy birthday, Michael.
Thank you, trustee Krueger. Staff going. Happy birthday, Mr. Mondeshane. If there are no other recognitions or notices, we have before you the bills for March 29th through April 11th, 2018. I need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Papantos.
Second.
Second, trustee Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Brady? Oh, he's not here. President Horker?
Yes. We do have an executive session tonight for the purposes of pending probable or imminent litigation. I would need a motion to recess into executive session.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Papantos.
Second.
Second, trustee Krueger. It is 7:29. Roll call?
Trustee Vito?
Thank you.
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, it's still 7:29. You guys can wait if you like. We'll be back out when we're done.